Namaste and welcome to Shanti Peace Yoga. We are in our second week of winter and the second week of our Welcome Winter series. After officially greeting the season with sun salutations last week, we continue to build more energy this week and honor the balance of the seasons, warm and cold, light and dark, and find the balance within ourselves. Join me on your mat, moving onto your hands and knees in tabletop pose. Check your alignment here. Hands are shoulder width apart and wrists and shoulders are in line with each other. Try not to hyperextend through your elbows to avoid joint pressure. Knees are hip width apart and the tops of your feet are grounded on the mat. We want a neutral spine here, so no overarching or rounding through the back. Check your gaze is looking between your hands and slightly forward to keep the back of your neck long. Try to keep this alignment as we work on our balance and build on this position. Now inhale and gently contract the lower abdomen. Exhale and lift your right leg off the floor and hold it up. Right foot is flexed, toes point down, and check that your hips and pelvis aren't tilting to the side. Square them to the floor and keep your neck long. Take one more inhale and exhale. Gently lower the leg back down. Take a moment to realign yourself back in tabletop. Moving to the other side, inhale and contract the lower belly. Exhale and lift the left leg off the ground and hold it up. Left foot is flexed, toes point down, and check that your hips and pelvis are still square to the ground. Take an inhale and exhale. Slowly release and lower the left leg to the mat, finding your alignment in tabletop once again. We are going to build here, so you can continue lifting just the leg or join me in adding a lift of the opposite arm. So this time, inhale and hold the abdomen strong, and exhale, lift and hold the right leg in the air. Inhale and exhale, lift and extend your left arm off the mat. Left bicep is in line with your ear, and spread the fingers wide apart, keeping the thumb pointing skyward. Check your pelvis hasn't tilted to one side. Inhale and exhale. Release arms and legs back to the floor into tabletop, finding your alignment before we repeat this on the other side. Inhale and hold the abdomen strong. Exhale, lift and hold the left leg off the floor. Inhale and exhale, lift and hold the right arm off the floor. Right bicep is in line with your ear, right fingers are spreading wide apart, left foot is flexed, and check that your hips and pelvis are square. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release arms and legs back down and take a quick moment in tabletop. Start to tuck your toes under, press into your hands and lift your tailbone up, coming into downward dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Don't worry about getting your heels on the floor. The intention here is to stretch and lengthen our back. So if you find yourself rounding in order to get your heels to the floor, simply bend your knees. There is nobody here to watch or judge. Whatever you need to do today is good enough. Allow your head to be heavy between your arms, and if this is your first down dog of the day, it might feel good to pedal out your feet and release some tension in the hamstrings. Find stillness in your legs now. Inhale and look to your hands. Exhale and step your left foot forward between the hands. Back leg is extended long and toes are gripping the ground. Chest is lifted off of your bent knee, and check that your left knee is stacked over the ankle. Gaze is looking straight ahead. Inhale as you lift your torso upright, coming into a high lunge. Arms extend overhead. Exhale and hold here. Left knee stays stacked over the ankle. Right leg stays long and strong. Stay here if this is enough for you, or join me in clasping your hands behind your head and taking a slight back bend. Chest opens and shines skyward, and gaze lifts up. Start to release your arms back overhead. Inhale, and now exhale and move into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Right foot turns at a 45-degree angle. Hips and pelvis stay square to the front. Arms are still overhead, and your left knee is still stacked over the ankle. Keep spreading your fingers wide apart and try to keep your face and eyes soft. Keeping your arms overhead, take an inhale and exhale as you transition to tree pose, Vrikshasana. Right foot can come to rest by your left ankle or to the side of your shin, or adjust and move to your thigh. Again, pelvis and hips are square to the front so you aren't twisting. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. As you focus your gaze to keep your balance, see if you can smile to yourself and forgive yourself if you fall out of this pose. Now keep your hands where they are, but start to bring your right knee straight out in front of you. Foot is flexed. Keep the hips and pelvis square to the front, but in a small controlled movement, start to open your knee out to the right and bring it back to the front. Again, open to the right and bring it back to the front. 3 more times. Open to the right, back to the front. Open to the right, back to the front, keeping the body square. Open to the right, back to the front. Hold the knee here, and we will start to transition now into Warrior 3. Start to extend that right leg out behind you, and as the leg goes back, your torso starts to come forward and becomes parallel to the floor. Right leg is strong behind you, toes are pointing down, foot is flexed, and you can keep your hands in prayer or extend them out into a T shape. Keep your gaze to the floor but slightly ahead of your foot so the neck stays long. Like in tabletop, our abdomen is held strong here, and our hips and pelvis are square to the floor. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release everything down, coming into a forward fold. You can do whatever feels good for your body here. Just release and relax your muscles. Maybe sway side to side, holding your elbows if you want. Anything that feels good, just to release all of that strength, focus, and balance. Find stillness in your forward fold, and now inhale and bring your hands to the floor. Exhale and step the feet back, pressing up into downward dog. Allow yourself a few moments in downward dog to prepare to repeat this sequence on the other side. Inhale and look to your hands. Exhale and step your right foot forward between the hands. Back leg is extended long and toes are gripping the ground. Chest is lifted off your bent knee, and check the knee is stacked over the ankle. Fingertips are just touching the ground. Now inhale as you lift your torso upright, coming into a high lunge, arms extend overhead, and exhale, hold here. Right knee stays stacked over the ankle, left leg is long and strong. Stay here if this is enough for you, or clasp your hands behind your head and take a slight back bend. Chest shines skyward and gaze is looking up. Release the hands and extend your arms overhead if they aren't already. Take an inhale and now exhale, moving into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Left foot turns at a 45-degree angle. Hips and pelvis stay square to the front. Arms remain overhead and keep spreading your fingers wide apart. And try to keep your face and eyes soft as you look straight ahead. Remember, your bent knee is stacked over your ankle. Now keep your arms overhead. Take an inhale and exhale as you transition to tree pose. Left foot can come to rest by your right ankle or to the side of your shin, or adjust and move to your thigh. Ensure your hips and pelvis are square to the front. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, and hold here. Like before, go easy on yourself if you fall out of this pose. It's very common to have one side of the body more balanced than the other. Now keep your hands where they are, but start to bring your left knee bent straight out in front of you. Foot stays flexed. Keep the hips and pelvis square to the front, but in a small movement, start to open your knee to the left and bring it back to the front. Open to the left and back to the front. 3 more times. Open to the left, back to the front. Ensure your hips are square. Open to the left, back to the front. 1 more time to the left and back to the front. Hold here, and we will start to transition into Warrior 3. Extend your left leg out behind you, and as the leg goes back, your torso tilts down to become parallel to the floor. Left leg is strong behind you. Toes are pointing down, foot is flexed, and you can keep your hands at heart center or extend them out wide into a T shape. Keep your gaze to the floor but slightly ahead of your foot so the neck stays long. Like in tabletop, our abdomen is held strong here. Remember to keep your hips and pelvis square to the floor as you focus on your balance and strength. Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Release everything down, coming into a forward fold like before. And you can do anything that feels good for yourself here. Anything to release and relax the muscles. Swaying side to side if you want. Maybe grabbing your elbows. Allow your head to be heavy, and you can have a deep bend in your legs if needed. Find stillness in your forward fold. Inhale and place your hands to the floor. Exhale and step both feet back behind you, coming into a high plank. Ensure your wrists are under your shoulders, spine is in a neutral position, and really engage your thighs here to prevent any sagging in the lower back. Look slightly forward between the hands to keep the back of your neck long, and we will start to build here and move into a side plank on the left side, Vashisthasana. So inhale here in plank, and exhale, roll on to the edges of your feet, opening up to the left. Place your right hand to your hip, and you can keep the feet here or stack them on top of each other. You can now start to extend your right arm skyward, and you can either look straight ahead or turn and look up to your right hand. Wherever you are, keep opening the whole front body to the left and avoid sagging the hips down. Take 1 more inhale here, and exhale. Gently release back to plank pose, finding your alignment before moving on to the other side. Inhale once more, and exhale as you rotate onto the outer edges of your feet, opening up to the right. Left hand to your hip, and you can keep the feet here or stack them on top of each other. You can now start to extend your left arm skyward, and you can either look straight ahead or turn and look up to your left hand. Remember, wherever you are, you're opening the whole front body to the right. Keep lifting through your hips and waist to avoid sagging. Inhale once more, and exhale, gently release back to plank pose for a brief moment, and then bend the knees down to the floor, sit onto your heels, and lower down into child's pose, Balasana, for a well-earned rest. Allow your forehead to fully rest onto the ground. You can extend your arms out long overhead or have them down by your sides towards your feet. Wherever you are, take deep breaths here to start to calm down the body and mind after all that focus and balance work. Take one more deep inhale here, and exhale as you slowly start to lift yourself upright and carefully make your way onto your back, lying down for the final resting pose. Once you are down onto your back, externally rotate the arms so your palms are facing skyward and your shoulders are drawn away from your ears. Ensure the back of your neck is still long, and you can either extend your legs out in front of you, or you can take a reclined butterfly position by joining the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to open and spread apart. Feel the ground fully hold and support your body weight, and with every breath, imagine each area of the body getting heavier and heavier, feeling yourself sinking deeper and deeper. Bring your awareness back to the present and slowly start to bring movement back to the body. It might feel good to extend your legs long if they aren't already, or bring your arms up overhead to stretch out. Just do whatever feels natural for you today. Start to make your way onto your side now, resting your head on your upper arm and pausing here for a few breaths. Use your hands to slowly press yourself upright, coming into any seated position that you like. See if you can keep your eyes closed as you adjust into your seated position. few breaths here, in through your nose and out through your nose. On your next inhale, raise your arms up overhead, palms touch, and exhale, bring the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Let's close our practice with our mantra. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing forward, Namaste.